Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what you need to do if you're buying a house from overseas. So usually this is called, what we call as a foreign national loan, which means that you live somewhere else and you're looking to buy a house in the United States and use it as basically a second home. So it's not really intended for investment properties if you're looking to rent it. It's used, for if you're living somewhere else and you just want to be able to have a place to come vacation. And of course you can have your family use the house as well. So here's how these loans work. You can totally do them. There's a couple different ones. There's a Canadian one. Canadian ones are a little bit easier because their credit works kind of similar to the United States. So we can actually pull a Canadian credit report and pull the income from Canada. So if you're moving from Canada, those are a little bit easier to do because a lot of the financials work similar to what the United States does. So we do the Canadian nationals is what those are called, a little bit different. And then there's also a foreign national, and that's basically anybody else in anywhere else in the world that you're moving from and then coming to the United States. So what the difference in these loans are is if you're doing a foreign national loan, the way that we look at a loan is we're going to base a lot of our criteria on your credit scores. So because you're from a different country, you don't use the same credit that we would pull. So what we're going to do is we're going to base it off of something different, and that is more of your down payment. So we're not going to pull a credit report for you because there isn't one. We're going to base it off of your down payment. So these loans are typically higher in down payment. You're looking anywhere between like 25% and 35% on these types of loans. And then you're going to take a little bit higher interest rate than a normal loan would be because we're not really basing it off of much, being that your financials from a different country are going to work different than the United States as well. But it allows you to get into the house. And I know a lot of foreign nationals enjoy having this program because it allows you to have something, especially a place like Las Vegas, where it's a really good entertainment town and you have a lot to do here. It's nice to always have a house in a place like a world-renowned place like Las Vegas. So a lot of times too, what investors are looking to do is, a lot of times when I'm talking to people, they're saying, well, I'm looking to buy a house in the United States or in Las Vegas because they're going to want to move here later on. So here's another way that you can do it too, and I just want to kind of go over the steps because there's a lot of times different confusion on what the steps are when you're buying a house, but like when you're moving here from another country, because everything works so different overseas. So here we're going to have you establish credit. So when you're moving from another country, you're going to first, obviously get your green card or your visa of some sort. And what comes with your visa is you're going to get a social security number. That social security number is going to allow you to establish credit, and it's going to allow you to basically get established in the United States. So with the social security number, the first thing that you'll want to do when you get over here is, number one, you're going to get, look for your job so that you have your income coming in. And then also with your social security number that you're going to receive, you'll want to immediately go out and get credit cards. And I would say probably get 1 or 2 credit cards. Most of the credit card companies are happy to give credit to you if you're brand new credit. And then what you'll want to do is, and we've done other videos on how to establish credit from nothing, because you're starting from scratch in the United States as far as the credit goes. So once you get the credit card, they're going to give you probably about a $500 balance on that credit card, and you want to be able to charge maybe 100 at max, but I try to keep it close to 50 and just leave the balances there. Meaning that if you charge like $100, pay it down to $50 or $20 and charge it back up to $100, then pay it down, and keep doing that month to month, making sure that you're not late on your payments. And what it takes when you start from scratch in your credit is it takes about 6 months. So you kind of want to keep that in your mind. It's going to take you about 6 months once you start your credit to be able to establish a score. And then once you have your score established, you're good. Then we can start having you look for houses, assuming that your job is lined up and we have the income to calculate for your loan too. But when you're coming from overseas, the first thing that you want to do definitely is establish the credit scores. Okay, so it's going to take about 6 months to establish your credit. So once you decide you're going to move here, you apply for your visa. Once you get your visa, then you want to be able to obviously move over here and then get your credit set up. It'll take 6 months for that credit to be set up, because it takes about 6 months of transactions for the credit bureaus to be able to decide like what your score should be based on how you've been spending on your credit. And just keep in mind that there's not like a one size fits all, in these things. So everybody's going to be a little different. So the best thing is to reach out to me or a loan officer and walk through it. But what I can do is I can help you, kind of give you a game plan. Because the other thing to look out for if you're moving from another country into the United States, another thing to look out for is your work history. So depending on where you're coming from, sometimes we can verify that what you did prior to moving to the United States. Sometimes we can't. So if we can't verify that you were in the same line of work of whatever job you found in the United States, we have to show a 2-year history. So if we can't verify that you were in that same line of work wherever you came from, then you might have to wait 2 years to verify employment in the United States, just depending on how the verifications go. So again, there's not just a one size fits all. Everybody's situation's a little different. Don't feel intimidated. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I'm happy to go through it, give you a game plan, help you to see what your next move is, and make sure that you're set up. Because remember, what we're looking at here is going to be different than what any other country is. I've helped people coming from all over the place, and I'm always amazed at how different everybody else is. So just feel free to reach out to me anytime, and we can go through your situation as it pertains to you and what your plans are when you move here, and we'll get you all set up with the finances, because our goal is always to make sure that you have the dream of home ownership. And sometimes that's not available in other places. So let's get you into that dream here. Yeah. There's a link below. Feel free to click on that, and you can fill out your information, and I'll be happy to give you a call or reach out to you by email, whatever is more convenient for you, so we can go over your situation. And I hope this information was informative, or I hope this video was informative to you. Again, if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you.